following announcement has been paid for by Del Bruno's Mafia.
This promo is aggressive in nature. It may contain themes that are not suitable for everyone. Viewer discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Isidro, also known as the Asian John Cena, and I am the advocate for the Del Bruno Mafia, which is represented by myself and my client here, Miss Cindy G, and we are here on their behalf. Now, it is to my understanding, in just a few short days, Alpha-1 Wrestling will be presenting its second annual Purge, taking place this Sunday, which is going to be sponsored by the Weekly Wrestling Podcast and Biggie Entertainment. Gentlemen, you are welcome for that shameless plug. Now, tickets for this event are nearly sold out. So that includes the gold tickets, which were sold out nearly a month ago, as well as the generic tickets. So the only way to attend this marvelous event is to get a ticket for just a mere $15. Now, for those who may not know, that this event will take place at the Knights of Columbus Hall, located at 222 Queenston Road, starting at 4 p.m. So for all you Hamiltonians, you should know exactly where that spot is. However, if you have been living under a rock for the last 7 years, may I suggest you use modern technology and look it up using Google. Now, on to the matter at hand. Now, getting to the matter at hand, to start off, we're going to have two great competitors who shall compete in a match of royal proportions, if you will, to earn a spot at the annual King of Hearts tournament, which will take place next month. So we have one gentleman by the name of Maxwell Jacob Friedman, or MJF, if you will, taking on this so-called wrestling Jesus by the name of Shane Sabre. Now, I'm not sure about my client, Miss Cindy G, but my personal pick would be for Mr. Friedman. Now, you were probably wondering, why would I pick Mr. MJF over a wrestling Jesus? Well, first of all, Mr. Friedman is a former Outer Limits champion himself, and he will be adding, and I can see him adding some gold to his already vast, huge collection of championship accomplishments already. So, if you do not agree with that, you can answer to my client here beside me. Now, next up, in terms of this event, you're going to have two competitors competing for a championship that is supposed to define gravity, which is also known as the Alpha-1 Zero Gravity title. Now, in this particular match, you have a monkey who claims to be hailing from outer space, taking on an inspirational handicapped hero. Now, how do two competitors of this nature get a matchup at such a great event? I have no idea. However, if I were to pick a winner for this match, I would rather pick a hero over a deranged monkey who should be locked up in a steel cage. Now, moving along, there is a title match on the line that's not even a part of the regular Alpha-1 lineup. It is a title called the Freelance Wrestling Championship. Now, in this match, 4 competitors are competing for this title. 3 of them, me and my client are not very familiar with. However, 1 of them, we are. So, you have this character by the name of Stevie Fierce, who is their champion. You also have some Matt Knicks character, who also happens to have the last name of an NBA franchise I personally like. A collector of bones, Mr. Dominic Garanni, with, I might add, a very handsome gentleman by the name of Stokely Hataway, as part of the Dream Team, and, well, someone who may or may not be familiar to all those in Alpha-1, Mr. Curt Stallion. Now, 3 out of these 4 competitors, as I mentioned, I have no idea who they are. Me and my client, we've been doing our homework on these gentlemen, and even though we've done our homework on all 4 of these competitors, my personal pick would be Mr. Dominic Garanni. Now, why do I pick that gentleman? Well, it's in the name itself. He is a bone collector. So when he is done defeating all 4 of these competitors, he will be literally picking the bones off every single one of them. So that would be our pick for that match. Now, a very familiar competitor in the indie scene, and one me and my client are somewhat, well, we are pretty familiar with, Mr. ACH, will make his return to Alpha-1 Wrestling, taking on a Ben Affleck wannabe, Mr. Alex Daniels. Now, these are 2 great competitors in their own right. Now, between my client and myself, it's kind of hard to decide a winner for this match. However, because of his athleticism and, well, you have to admit, his good looks, we shall be picking Mr. Alex Daniels. Now, if you disagree with that, well, you can make your opinions heard in the comments below. Now, speaking of advocates such as myself, a fellow advocate for the leader of the Del Bruno Mafia shall be in attendance. Her name is Miss Chung, who happens to be a close personal friend of ours. Now, she is going to address why our Godfather is not in attendance. However, stay tuned on Sunday to find out what she will have to say. Now, I have been informed by my client, Miss Cindy G, that within the last few weeks, a huge match has been added to this event. It is a match between 6 competitors in a sudden 6-death scramble match. Now, you have this Harry Potter wannabe Gandalf character by the name of Josh Rogen. You have some home talent favorites of Mark Wheeler and Eazy-E. You have also a bone crusher by the name of Mr. Steve Brown, and you have some dude named Rob Matter, and, well, a wrestler who only has one particular fan in attendance, Dr. Dan. Now, we all know who the real talent that stands out in this match. And Mr. Jennings, no, I am not referring to your hero, Mr. Dr. Dan, who claims to be with this in-crowd by riding a hoverboard on wheels that would probably catch on fire the minute he steps foot on it. Who would I pick to win this match? Well, of course, Mr. Steve Brown. Now, Mr. Jennings, I would like to ask you a question. How can a man who weighs a mere not even 1/4 of the size of Mr. Steve Brown defeat all 6 of these competitors? The very thought of Dr. Dan even winning this match is very laughable. Excuse me. Now, you're also going to have a alpha male title match between two very familiar faces. The man who is known as the Diamond Tiger, Kobe Durst, taking on the leader of the Ricky Army, who has a strong backing, Mr. Ricky Shane Page. Now, for those who may not know their Alpha-1 history, let me take you back to almost a year ago or so more, when these two competitors faced for the Zero Gravity title, and Kobe Durst defeated Mr. Page for that title. Now, will Mr. Page become a brand new champion, or will Mr. Durst be dethroned? Now, as far as picks shall go, I apologize, Mr. Durst. You have been a great champion so far to this date, and I understand you have defeated a number of professional wrestlers, some great wrestlers in this business. However, I do believe it's time for a hashtag new champ to be blessed upon us. Now, speaking of title matches, there will be a rematch for the Alpha-1 tag team titles. Now, this is going to consist between two personal friends of me and my client, because we are fans of the Virus, which are going to be consisting the team of our good friend, General Manager Josh Alexander, and Gavin Quinn, and Mr. All Ego.
You mean Al Ego?
That's what I said. Al Ego Ethan Page, and Cody, do not mention his last name, Rhodes, aka the American Nightmare. Now, 2 stars, Cody Rhodes and Ethan Page, you two gentlemen got very lucky at the last event winning those titles. So I hope you've had a nice month-long celebration to hold those titles. Now, may have put a cure to the virus temporarily. However, once a virus spreads, it cannot be fully cured. So obviously, you can tell from that particular statement that the virus is living stronger than ever before and shall continue to infect everyone and spread even further than before. Now, in closing, if you plan to come to the events, I advise you to get your tickets early. If $15 sounds too expensive for you, then may I suggest you go into your dusty, dirty attic, grab some old vintage toys that you are no longer even playing with, that are covered in dust, and maybe clean them up a little, and bring them on over to Cool Stuff Toys, and maybe you can even afford to come to this event. Or, because we live in the modern era, how about you take some of those CDs and cassette tapes that are probably 30, 40 years outdated and bring them over to Cheapies to get some money for the show. Because this is one show you particularly do not want to miss. Now, for my clients and myself, we all hope to see you this coming Sunday. All the information for this event will be below, as well as the social media links for myself and my client will be listed down below. So for that, I bid you a farewell.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by Del Bruno's Mafia.